that rewarding feeling after you wanted to quit and you're like advancing?
That's life, though.
Yep.
Right? Those hard moments, and then you come out on top. That's what gives you the confidence and like the resilience.
With Calvin Tata, Rafael Munoz Marquez, Cameroonian superstar.
Yes, sir.
Mother, 3 boys. Hustled the way all the way up to get herself into the nursing industry. Father passed away when he was 6 years old.
Yeah. I got into sports at a young age. My mom really wanted to put us into sports or some sort of activity to limit like the distractions. Because if you're a kid, you don't have something that you don't work towards. You just run around, you want to do anything.
Right.
And that's how you get into trouble when you have no direction.
Correct.
So actually, my mom was smart about that because sports really helped me improve my social skills, communication, understanding what teamwork looks like, understanding your role, especially soccer. You can't win the game by yourself, so you need to work together as a team to really be great. And I think it also has helped me build through this weird.
It is interesting. It's interesting how
Right.
the sport, all sports.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'll talk about how I got into sales. Actually. It's an interesting story. Well, realistically, my first job was door knocking when I was 13, 14. I was walking around neighborhoods when it was snowing, knocking on doors and asking people to shovel their snow. My friend Kevin.
13. What is
He's married. We were getting it.
Oh, they're getting after it.
One day we made I think we made like $200 each. As a 14-year-old,
Oh,
you're like,
yeah.
oh, I'm rich now. And then fast forward 5 years later, I went to college, and my freshman year, I come back in the summertime looking for a job. I asked my friend Kevin, you need a job, or I need to go to do something. I want to help out in your house.
Yeah.
He's like, I have an opportunity. I was like, what is it? He didn't tell me it's door-to-door, because at that time they would tell me.
Right.
Door-to-door had a bad rap.
Sure. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I went in.
Go ahead.
I went in. First interview was cool. Went in for the second interview. Like hired. Came in the first day for work. Had my suit on. Was ready.
Rock and roll. Look good. Feel good.
Right.
Feel good.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking, like, oh, this is the kind of job I'm going to spit. We go into the office. They do the morning meeting. We practice sales. They're like, yeah, change. We're going to the field. I'm like, what? What do you mean we're going to the field? So we changed to give us the gear. We go out there. I'm like, oh.
We're here.
This is what we're doing. And like the first week, I wanted to quit.
Sure.
I swear to God, I'm like, there's no way I'm about to be working like this, knocking doors in the sun. But for some reason, I don't know. There's something in me like, this is hard. I like it. I want to show that I can do it.
That drive. That's that killer instinct that
It's like,
is what we love.
like I want to show. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna quit, man. Because you watch other people quit too as you get into the door by the hour, by the first week, by the month. And you just see the week start dropping. And like first week went by, I started getting so excited to make these things. Second week, boom, they got promoted to my second team leader. Loved it. They wanted me to quit school. I was like,
It's a rewarding feeling after you wanted to quit and you're like advancing.
that's life, though.
Yeah.
Right? Those hard moments, and then you come out on top. That's what gives you the confidence and like the resilience. What does Alice Mosey call it? The stack of proof. Undeniable stack.
Bottom line, the more challenging things you go through, the more weight you put on your back, the stronger you're gonna get.
Yep.
And that's resistance, that's tribulation, whatever it doesn't. The old saying, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, only if you take it into perspective and utilize it as fuel.
Yep. Your story isn't the thing that pulls you back. It's actually the thing that fuels you forward. It's all about your perspective and how you actually look at it. Are you looking at this, oh, why did this happen to me? I had all this, my mom this, my dad that. Or are you looking at it like, hey, all these things that I went through, all these hard times made me stronger to be in the position I am today. Are you a sales professional that's tired of feeling burnt out? What if I told you getting in the best shape of your life could help you close more deals and have 10 out of 10 relationships? I will create workouts and nutrition plans that fit your busy schedule and then hold you accountable to make fitness an identity. Text FIT to 443-710-5076 if you want to feel and operate like a freaking badass.
Calvin asked me what was my childhood like. What was the question you asked me?
Yeah, what did you learn from the childhood and all the experiences that you went through? And how do you think it impacted you now?
One, I grew up with my brother and I. We were 2.5 years older. We were close, super close.
Yeah.
So I learned teamwork there, brotherhood. And then I grew up as a happy little kid, riding horses, pigs, stuff like that. But also the main thing that was the most impactful in my life was trauma. We're not just talking spanking. We got our asses kicked, around here, when I was 13 years of age, my parents split up due to like just alcohol. My dad started, alcohol, drugs, and domestic violence was introduced to the home. And my mom took her 3 boys off and go to the United States, took my dad back home, and then a couple of years later, can you imagine that having 3 of your boys just vanish in air?
That's scary.
That's difficult for my father. That's tough. And
As
so,
a man too, yeah.
that's
where you go.
Yeah, that's deep, dude. So we didn't know what was going on. My mom told us that we were going to visit our aunt, and we were. We just had to walk 19 hours nonstop. We had to get in. We had to cross the Rio Grande. And so 3 years later, I believe you get a call at night that my dad was shot and killed. And so as a 13-year-old young man, single mother, always at work, butcher house. My mom butcher house. She's a butcher house. She's cut meat. All those proteins that we're eating, my mom made cut. So you need to trim it down on the.
His mom's working hard.
Hey, you gotta get.
But they need to hit the person intake though. But there's something that you talked about.
So just
when you go ahead.
my dad gets shot and killed. My brother and I, it's like a kick in the gut, man. Air out, and getting moved to a new school, getting picked on. Girls saying that I smell like pee because I rocked alone at the 5th grade, and so I'm like shattered. Dad got shot and killed. New school, getting picked on, no friends, not getting invited to play sports, and then one kid named Angelo Perez invited me to play basketball. It was Dunzo, bro.
What do you mean?
Raps.
Yeah.
When I was a young kid, I would wake up not to watch cartoons, but to watch the NFL, to watch baseball. I just looking for an opportunity to get plugged into the team. It was over, bro. We started just 3-on-3 tournaments. Then that passion turned into wrestling. That fuel, that anger, that evil, like want to get payback from my dad. I just freaking use that and just put it into sports.
It's that fire inside. Big drive. Right. Trauma is a good thing too. I think it's a really good thing. But there's something you talked about that I really want to touch on, which was domestic violence, and I know a lot of people deal with this too. It happened in my own home. My dad was an alcoholic. He used to beat my mom. He used to beat my brother. But I didn't even know. Like I actually just found out like 3 years ago because I was so young. It's like in my life at that point. But it's kind of it's a tough thing that goes on. I don't even know how to give people advice that are going through that. Like what would you say to someone who's like going through those tough times?
Now, take this with a grain of salt, right? I would say take this with a grain of salt. My view on things is one, what do I say? Ask that question again, but that's
like if you were to give someone advice, someone who's going through.
I'm gonna talk to the man. I'm gonna talk to the man, okay? You need someone that's been addicted to like in life we're like fish. We see something shiny, we get hooked. Been addicted to pornography, been addicted to drugs. It wasn't necessarily in life, but what I came to realize is I needed to go do things that were addictive, like working out, like pursuing passions. And so I would say that people that are alcoholics, you forgot what your role is. You forgot your role is to be a fucking champion in this life. Your life is not, you don't want to follow the world and become this drinker. You want to follow the champions in life. And so,
it's habits.
And breaking in and out of habits. Like,
you said it. You just replacing those habits, but it's easier said than done. If you actually need help, go seek a coach, go seek counseling. Right? A lot of men in today's day and age, they're like, oh, we're so macho, we're so tough. Men don't cry, men don't do this, men don't express their feelings. But they don't realize that every single thing you do is based off emotion and feeling. Every decision you're making is based off the feeling and emotion you're feeling at the time you made that decision. Right? So the more you understand your emotion, the more you can read your thoughts when they come out, separate them, the bad ones and the good ones, then you can take action. Because if I'm having like these bad thoughts, I'm like, no, those are not my thoughts. And a lot of times they're not.
Right.
So you gotta be like, nah, that's not my thought. Okay, now let me realign myself and focus on the positive thoughts I'm having. It doesn't go away. The negative thoughts are always going to be there. They're gonna come.
Law of opposition. We're on this planet. We have to have the opposition.
Yeah.
Powerful concept of thoughts. We're not our thoughts.
Yeah.
But there's a great man by the name of Russell M. Nelson that talked about, he said, think celestial or think brilliance. Just think heavenly.
Yeah.
Think heavenly, think celestial, think the best. Expect and look for miracles. And so because it all starts in the
It's always mine.
it starts up there.
Yeah. You don't have the right. I don't care what program you invest in, and I'll tie this into this because once I invested in my mentorship, like I paid my mentor about 10K to start the online fitness business. But the second thing I invested into was a mindset because right then I knew this is great, but I can get all the freaking tactics in the world. I can get the best strategies to execute. But if I'm not in the right mindset, I'm not gonna want to do anything. So I gotta tackle this before I start tackling strategies in my business. The personal development is the most important thing. The person who does the most personal development is gonna win. It's as simple as that, right? You better yourself, then you have more love to give to others. But when you don't, you're so caught up in your own shit all the time that you can't even express love to people. That's what America does.
I like that, and especially if you invested in recognizing the power of your thoughts, mindset. I did it. I had to learn the hard way, bro. Like 2019, I ended up out here in Arizona.
Yeah.
I was done traveling with my wife at the time, and I was fat. I was just focused on sales. I was well-rounded.
Yeah.
Well-rounded. But
He was well-rounded, all right.
but I was not well-rounded as far as like physical. I was super strong spiritually, but just if you're not tackling that personal development, I ended up getting a divorce. Humpty Dumpty tried to rebound and fall into a relationship. But when Humpty Dumpty's broken, he's broken. So Humpty Dumpty, Raphael Munoz ended up in a horse ranch, and I hole in the ceiling. Whenever it rained, rain would come through, and I'm like, oh my gosh! I went from living somewhere like this to like a horse ranch where it's dirt.
Yeah.
But then I watched like 19 racehorses wake up every day at like 5 o'clock and start training.
Wow.
And I'm like, you know what, Calvin, if these horses are training,
Motivation from the horse.
from the horses, brother.
Are you a sales professional that's tired of feeling burnt out? What if I told you getting in the best shape of your life could help you close more deals and have 10 out of 10 relationships? I will create workouts and nutrition plans that fit your busy schedule and then hold you accountable to make fitness an identity. Text FIT to 443-710-5076 if you want to feel and operate like a freaking badass.
Let's go.
And started running. I started running, and then thinking where Rich started, and I started reading and tapping into a whole different mindset.
Yeah, it's all vibration. Your frequency. You were probably a low vibration, and then you started training, and you reached a higher frequency to attract more abundance. That's what it is. And the thing you said too, you made a lot of money where you were fat. If you make a lot of money and you're fat, people won't respect you. They're gonna have thoughts about you. And that's great. Making money is great, but what if you don't have your health?
Teniendo salud tienes todo. Having your health, you have everything. I'm at the age of 36. I feel super healthy. I feel, yeah. You gotta have health, physical health, emotional, and then mental health.
Spiritual health too.
Yeah.
And that's probably the most, well, the body, our body's a temple, so you gotta take care of your body. God wants you to take care of your body. So you can't, because if you're not taking care of your body, it's even hard to be like, I wanna read the Bible, I wanna go to church. You got low energy, you're not motivated, you don't wanna open it up, right? So when you take care of your health, you're more vibrant, want to do stuff to keep getting better. Once you hit the gym, you see progress. It's not even about the physical, it's the mental. And then automatically you just want to be better in all areas of your life. It just spills over.
It does.
Right? You look at yourself like, who's that guy in the mirror? He worked his ass off.
Yeah.
Look at him now. Dang. Confidence, resilience.
And you definitely want to work on yourself the most. Like I analyze myself as like I'm a stallion, I'm a wild Mustang in a lot of fields.
Yeah.
Like but I also need to learn how to become a tame, so I can learn how to be softer, calmer.
Yeah.
I love being fast.
That's a good one. I had to learn how to be slower and attract more stuff rather than going to chase all the time. Because like money, you can't chase money. Because the more you chase it, the more it runs away. I learned that in my own way, right? You have to attract money by self-development, providing value, skills. And if you just do the work required, the money is gonna come. That's right. You don't have to going hard is great, being aggressive, getting shit done. I love that, but it's also an understanding part of gonna be like what comes from the sales part. I'll talk about it in the sales setting because I was on sales calls. I'm like aggressive, like all this energy, ready to do everything.
It's actually counterintuitive to do that. It's almost like giving somebody a drink of water with a fire hydrant.
Yeah, and I lost 7 sales when I started my business because of like being too excited and all needy and stuff like that. Because it comes off as that, And I had to, as soon as that happened, I was like, "There's no way. This is never happening again. I'm gonna indulge myself in sales." I started reading every day, listening to sales podcasts in the gym, writing my script out, saying my script out loud, listening to it in the car. And I was like, I sucked. Now I have to get good. When I suck at something and I want to get good at it, there's no other option. Like, I'm going to live, eat, breathe, sleep it.